Hey there, welcome back to ExoSpace Combat Engineer. In this game you're playing as a bounty hunter, salvaging your way through space. I'm getting more and more parts and my ship is growing ever stronger. In this final part we're going to take on the final boss at the very end. But until then, we still got some more farming, some more salvaging, and some more shooting to do. Let's get to it. After a bit more reaver farming, I have now unlocked some interesting gear. This is the light mine layer. These things cost to deploy 25 exotic matter. That's a lot. That's a big investment. What do they do? Well, once they blow up, apparently they got a 250 points of damage, which even puts my weapons, my light pulse cannons, to shame. So what I'm going to do is remove 2 of these and add 1 of these. I can only add 1. I simply don't have enough for 2. Oh crap, I need to remove some other one, because, yeah, that's what I was worried about. Is it possible for me to replace those with something else? I don't think so, because they got that really weird shape. And unfortunately, I cannot exactly add 2, because they simply don't have enough damage. There is also this, the light plasma thrower, which has less range, only 1,000. It's got decent speed on the weapon, as opposed to this one. This has same speed, 2,000. These things have a speed of 15. So it's far slower. The question is that enough? I don't know. Let's turn that off. I'm going to sacrifice a missile launcher here. Put that on. Let's see what that does. We're going to fire a special. That's the primaries. Oh, there's the mine. Oh, so you can get you can shit out mines like that. Interesting. So if I'm running away from something, I can just keep dropping mines. That'll be useful. That'll be useful. Alright, we're gonna head over to this thing here, and then there, and then there, because I'm almost at another trader. I'm curious to see what they have. Robotic entities appear to be nomming on the wrecks. Yeah. I would like to do that too, if you don't mind. Those things are pretty big. So the weapons crystal. See, that mine doesn't actually move on to, or seems to be attracted by the ship. Yeah, that makes it far less useful. Because I was hoping that I was going to get attracted. Like a magnetic mine. That's not what this is. And considering that it's so expensive to put those things down, I'm not particularly enthusiastic about what they can actually generate for me. Like the reward isn't quite there. Now we can see with these ships that you got a sort of beak. I have also unlocked those things. And if you want to get creative, you can definitely do some really weird shit with those parts, like having these ships that try and eat you. Of course, that doesn't necessarily work that well. Now, I'm going to do some of this digging here myself, destroy some of these wrecks, maybe find something useful. And then we're going to go and do 2 jumps and visit the trader. Instead of that mine layer, I've now added one of these. This is the light plasma thrower, just watch what it does. It just throws those bolts, unfortunately, only in front of me, but I can change that. Because what I have is a particular block that's going to come in very handy. This is a rotating square aiming. What that does is basically, it points at the enemy. So the only thing I gotta do now is find a space to put that. And then I can probably attach that weapon. Because I can go like this, and then add the weapon to it. So that ideally, it will always have a firing arc. See? It even clips through the rest of the ship. Don't ask me how that works, but hey, as long as it works, I'm perfectly happy. I have a ton of parts to generate more energy, but I first want to see what I'm going to find here, and then what the trader has for me. Nothing too special, sadly. And he also doesn't really have a whole lot of fuel for me, so that's another limiting factor. I can sell a bunch of my metal, considering that I got tons of that. And maybe I can still generate some cash, so that later I'll be able to buy some additional weapons. I'm gonna buy a couple of these. because they're only 23, which is really cheap. And also buy another one of those energy generating crystals. So now I got 16 as an additional option. I have done a little bit of battle with that new plasma thrower. I'm not particularly enthused about it. Like, yes, it works, but okay. They want me to investigate. Okay, what are we looking at? I need to approach. What is that, a starbase? As you approach, the communications clear up. A distressed engineer appears on the screen. Could you spare some metal? Yeah. And he reappears, looking even more distressed. It seems like we have another leak in our reactor room. Yep, here's more spare metal. You better make it worth my while. You detect shifting energy signatures deep within the base. He tells you the reactor coding is damaged and you need exotic matter to fix it. Well, lucky for you, I have some spare. And they're gonna give me a neutronium armor cap. A unique reward. Okay. So, special, I imagine? Oh, we got a piston? Tell me how that works. How does that piston work? Control. Oh. So I imagine you could use that to start ramming spikes into something. Not really my playstyle. Okay, so we got this. 500 health? Good lord. This thing has 44. If I can keep this pointing at the enemy, that will make my life substantially, well, longer. The only thing is, how do I how do I attach that? Because the orientation is not great. How do I attach that? Do I have bigger armor triangles? No, sadly not. Can I attach it there? No. There has to be a way that this will fit. Not like that. Maybe like that? It typically only wants to connect to one part. You could use it as the last line of defense, but I don't think that's really doing it any favors. So until I redesign the whole ship, I don't think it's going to be worth that much to me. After finding another base, which also wanted me to give me some metal, or rather give me them some metal, and give me one of those exotic matters, they gave me another neutronium sheet. So now my armor is seriously potent, shall we put it like that. As for thrusters, they still look like shit, although I do have access to the medium thruster trapezoid, which gives me 20 thrust. So I'm going to clean up this, and I'm going to add some energy generation. And we should have a ship that looks slightly better. Let's get a little silly. I have added a couple of these rotator things to the ship, and these are constantly on. So I have added some armor to those, and this is what they kind of do. I don't know how effective that's going to be. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can find something to shoot. We're almost at the target, so that'll be interesting. I don't know if I have enough armor. I've upgraded my bow to have more armor. Actually, let's see if this actually damages those containers. The plan here is to have anything that... Oh. Actually, is it crushing them? No, it just kind of grabs them. That's amusing. So I guess it doesn't quite work for damaging parts, but it does work if you want to grab onto a ship. At least that'll make sure I keep my bow pointed at the enemy. See, they just grabbed another block there. Interesting. Okay, hyperjump. Let's go. If those things end up being annoying, I'll just take them off. Independent ships are patrolling. They do not seem to inclined to attack. Okay. And they must probably be going, what the what are you? Yeah, you and me both, friend. Now, if you don't want to go here, you can just avoid and you can go all the way back. You can even go back on your present course, so it doesn't really matter. You got time. The only thing is, I don't have a whole lot of fuel. A transport ship is stuck in a minefield. Okay, I will fix this. Let's see what happens when I get one of those things hit. Nom nom. Boom. Okay, it does destroy the ship, or at least damage the ship a little bit. The beauty of these missile launchers is that they lock onto mines. So if you have a minefield, just use a couple of missile launchers. You'll have a very easy time just defeating all of them. Boom. Yeah, I was going to clear up this minefield. If you wish, you can attack the civilian. Not my preferred playstyle, because it goes against the way that I typically interact with the world. But hey, if you want to do a sort of piracy, everybody's my enemy run, I suppose you could. Okay, they're going to give me an exploder. I don't know what that is. Alright, let's continue. Where are we now? Containers, again. So far, they've been giving me energy generation. I would love for them to give me some fuel, because I'm really low on that. No. The captain's upset. Oh, really? What are they gonna do? Oh, there's a whole lot more of you. What sort of pew-pews you got? What is that? Boom. Oh, you're not willing to share, huh? I was hoping to unlock a new weapon type, because there's definitely more that I haven't seen yet. Maneuvering thruster rhombus. Nah. Already got the medium thrusters installed now. I'm not very convinced that these things are really doing a whole lot for me. Except for just moving the ship, because they seem to have some form of resistance somewhere. So let's move them away. I don't like them. Just makes the ship look weird. Okay, I got 4,000 metal. I have only 3 points of weapons, and I do have a bunch of fuel, or a bunch of energy generation. Just keep adding a bunch of those. You can really not really ever go wrong with additional energy, I think. That's the medium thruster, which is an uncommon block. That's the maneuvering thruster rhombus. No, thank you. Oh, really? You won't fit? Oh, you'll fit there. For a ship this size, I think she has pretty decent maneuverability. 0.8 forward, 0.7 reverse. Not too bad. Okay, I'm going to, Are we? No. Not yet. I'm one hyper jump away from our destination. This is where our target is. So what I'm going to do is armor up this ship as much as I can. She's going to be a floating brick. She's going to have almost no maneuverability, which is fine. I can potentially still add a layer of thrusters. And most importantly, I want to have my bow be nigh unbreakable. Which is going to be an interesting enterprise, because it's not that heavily defended at the moment. So I might need to push those things out, those neutronium blocks, and make sure that I still have enough to still continue with adding more stuff on. So let's go remove that. And I think if I just add a couple of these, I might actually be able to completely armor up the front. Yep, like that. We're going to be fighting a space station. That much has already been shown based on the initial intel that we had. Oh, this doesn't quite fit, does it? No, it does not. That's unfortunate. Okay. It's like they're just clipping each other a little bit. Oh, that's annoying. Do I have any other heavy armor blocks I can use? Light armor square. That's the neutronium stuff. These things have 19 armor only. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the heavy armor pentagons, because they just got way more reserve, more durability. They're also considered rare parts. Just making a bow out of these is going to be challenging, because they really don't want to sit that well. Also, I can't indefinitely extend this bow. If I do that, I will see my weapons potentially get out of range. I still have 14 points left, so maybe I can add another weapon or two inside there. That's just the one. These things required, what? 6. So I can potentially add 2. But maybe I should do that slightly farther back. Like there. There. We're gonna have to armor that up as well. Get some pentagons to lock that part down. We got still decent mobility, and we got 3,000 points in blocks left. Let's get some additional armor involved. These are the heavy armor triangles. Oh, actually, these are the good ones. These have 128. These got... Oh, never mind. Back. Off you go. These things got more health. So these are the better option. Unfortunately, getting those into a decent position and making those connect is still a bit of a challenge. Although this seems to work. We just got a tiny strip where we're not protected. 2,500 points left. Get rid of those. 900 points left. Let's make sure they're at least connected to a few different parts. Otherwise, if one of the last connecting blocks break off, you're shit out of luck. 157, I'll take that. Okay, so we got our ship. We're ready. Let's jump in. Is she maneuverable? I'd say fairly well. Fairly well. Let's jump. Here's our bounty. You finally located your target hideout. Unfortunately, it's an extremely well-armored and heavily armed starbase. Unfortunately for that starbase, so am I. Look at that thrower. That doesn't have the range. Unless I'm right up in their face. Like that. Oh crap, I forgot my neutronium plating shit. I gotta get rid of these weapons of theirs. Power's holding. Jeez, they got a bunch of armor blocks there as well. Okay, we're getting through. If I can keep putting pressure here, maybe I can snap some parts off. Unfortunately, it's coming at the expense of my own armor. Heavily, I might add. Oh, they got neutronium over there. Look at that. That's the same blocks that I have. Get that weapon away. Jeez, this thing is really tanky. If I can prevent taking damage for a little bit, maybe I can regenerate the ship. Nope, that's not helpful. I need to keep rotating with this thing to make sure that I don't actually take any damage. Come on, here we go. We're rebuilding. Albeit slowly. Can I intercept those particles? Maybe. Damn it. Power's low. I'm generating a lot of energy with this ship. So I can very quickly regenerate my power supplies. Ooh, no thank you. Ah, good. We took out a whole arm. Let's do that again. Is that because they lost their arm? Crap, that weapon's back. Jeez, the amount of tanking this thing can do. This is going to take me a while. Let's focus on the core. Because that's where we eventually need to destroy the thing. Now, neutronium is tough, but it's not that tough. Because I'm throwing a lot of weaponry at it. Yeah, I can intercept those particles of theirs. Whatever the hell that is. Come on, rebuild this ship. We were repairing. Come on. Get some distance. Don't get hit by anything. Okay, we're regenerated. Nope. Screw that. I don't know what those balls of energy are, but I'm not really eager to find out. There you go. That's a whole bunch more of the ship. Sorry, station destroyed. Now let's wrap up. Focus fire. Everything on that part. Because we are getting to the core. That plasma thrower is just a waste of effort, though. It's really not doing it unless you're right in their face, or you put the weapon farther forward. Some serious damage to the starboard side now. Come on. Keep pushing. Oh, I'm completely forgetting my missile launchers. Yeah, we're damaging the core. We're getting there. Might win this one. And that should also unlock, of course, more bounty hunts. As well as potentially other starter ships. A little more. It's all blackened out. Got it. Eliminated target. Okay. Target terminated. During a bounty hunt, 71 jumps were made, 59,000 shots were fired, and 238 ships were destroyed. How about that? How about that? So that is ExoSpace Combat Engineer. I really like it. I didn't think I would, but I thought, hey, it's a ship design in space. I like ship designing. I generally don't design ships in space, other than the space engineers. But this is really nice. So link down below in the description. Let me know what your thoughts are below in the comments, and I'll see you soon for the next video.